Hello and welcome to this demo. So in this demo today we will see that how an advanced event mesh or Solace message broker can be accessed from an SAP UI5 application. So the SAP UI5 application will be both publishing messages as well as subscribing messages from the message broker. So before we go into the demo, one question actually we have to ask ourselves that uh, why or what is the benefit of having advanced event mesh or Solace in the in the technical in the technical solution of SAP integration. So to understand or to answer that question, it's very important to understand that whenever we're developing any applications in SAP BTP, it could be a CAP application or it could be an SAP CPI iFlow or a SAP CPI API. All these applications are already kind of microservices. So these services already come loaded with the 12 factors which is required to make it as a microservice. So it could be fault tolerance, it could be concurrency, right? Or it could be isolation, isolated transactions. So all these features are already embedded into these BTP applications. So all we need is a message broker over which the messages could be reliably transacted or exchanged between these applications. So that is what this advanced event mesh of Solace actually brings. It will actually help to orchestrate or to design a completely robust EDA framework where all these isolated applications are exchanging messages reliably uh, among among each other, and also with great governance as well as with complete visibility of the messages that is flowing. The SAP Event Mesh actually provides an overarching feature of complete control of implementation of the EDA. So hopefully that is going to answer the question of why we need this product in the first place. So let's now deep dive into the demo. So this is the particular recipe UI5 application, and you can see that this application actually has got two parts. It is having a publishing service, it is having a subscribing service. So the publishing service actually is going to publish the name of some countries to a message queue, okay, and the subscribing service is going to receive the names of those countries from the same message queue in real time. So once it has retrieved the name of the countries from the message queue, it will try to determine the capital of that country from an external REST API. And once it has done that, it will then send back a positive acknowledgement to the queue, and only then the message will be deleted from the queue. So this is a kind of a completely a lossless design of data transaction which is taking place between a publishing microservice and a subscribing microservice over a advanced event mesh message broker. So that is what the demo does. So let's look at the message broker a little bit. So this is a message broker. So right now, as you can see, there is just one connection because I have logged in into the broker through this portal. So that is the one connection we have. We have a queue created dedicatedly for that, which is SAP UI5. And currently, this queue doesn't have any message queued or it doesn't have any consumers, right? For access control, what we have done is that we have created one dedicated client username, which is SAP UI5. This is using a specific or a different ACL profile created for this purpose, which is SAP UI5, but it is reusing the default client profile. So for production, it is always recommended to create a separate ACL profile for every username so that every username has access to a different set of topics, right? So that kind of segregation can be possible using ACL profiles. We can still can use the same client profile over multiple usernames if you have an umbrella setup where we want to govern multiple username under the same client profile setup. That is possible, but ACL profile should be kept different. So if you look at the ACL profile, we have an SAP UI5 here, and by default it is allowing uh, the client username to publish and subscribe to every topic. For the sake of simplicity, we have not added any whitelisting or filters, but in production we should do that, right? So that is what it is. Now, if you look at this particular app, we have to first of all enter the details here, and how we can get the details. So if you go to the connect tab here, You see that Advanced Event Mesh or Solace provides a lot of libraries to different programming languages. So currently we are using SAP UI5, so we have to use the Node.js library or the JavaScript library. So for this demo, we have used the npm package which is called Sol Client.js. This Sol Client.js actually is can be used both in the cap layer as well as it can be used in the front end in the SAP UI5. It is both a front end compliant library, so it can be used in both the places. And you can see here already, if you open the resources tab here, you already have Solclan.js mentioned here. So this is the library which is actually helping the SAP UI5 application to communicate with the message broker, right? So we can get the host name from here, right? So that is the broker URL. The username is a client username that we have created, and we can connect. So the broker is now connected, right? So now if we go here and we see that the connections has increased by one because now SAP UI5 has also created one more connection to the broker. Now let's publish some countries to this. So we can publish one, maybe one more, right? And now we can see in the queues, we see that there are two messages which are queued, okay? But there are no consumers of this queue as of now. So now let us activate the subscribing service. So the moment we click on connect, it is going to connect to the queue and you know receive all the messages from the queue. The process of receiving the the process of establishing the connectivity from the subscribing service to the queue is called a flow. So the message is flowing basically from the queue to the subscribing applications, right? And once it has figured out the capitals, it's going to send back a positive acknowledgement, and then the messages will be deleted. But the consumer count is, you see, it has increased by one. So that is the thing. Now let us try to actually uh, mimic a situation where the receiver system is down. So we will disconnect from the message broker. So there are no consumers as of now, right? Now the subscribing application, publishing application can keep on publishing to the queue. So let's put some more countries. Okay, maybe two more and one more. Which one can I give? Yeah, all right. Yes. So now as you can see here that there are four messages queued to the system, but the subscriber system is now down. So there are no consumers. So let's say imagine that the subscribing systems was having some fault or some dumps have occurred, and we have corrected that fault, and we have again, deployed that particular application in the BTP. Now, the moment we click on connect, it will again, start create and establish a new flow between the queue and the subscribing application, and it will start consuming all the messages. And in the same way, it will send back the positive acknowledgement, and it will be deleted from the queue, and the consumer count will increase to one. So this is a very simple demonstration of how we can create a decoupled style of data exchange between two applications over Solace or Advanced Event Mesh as the message broker. So hope you like the demo. And if you have any queries like any questions on the code base, then you can drop a comment and I will try to respond to it. And if you want to further a deep dive that okay, what are the more capabilities of Advanced Event Mesh or Solace, please do reach out to us and we will be glad to help you. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.